Hey guys, Highland out here, and today we'll be reviewing Studio Series Rise of the Beasts Rhinox. And let me say, despite this thing looking completely different, well, besides the head, of course, to the original Rhinox design, it still looks better than this piece of trash. I am telling you. This thing may look similar or more closer to the OG design, but this still looks better in every way, and it doesn't even resemble the original design. Besides that frowny faced head that is looking an awful lot like those Guardians from the X-Men. But anyways, to the figure, what are those shoulders? Why are they bracketed so far off from his arms, where they just look weird if they're hinged like that? If they're hinged in, it makes his arm look squished. What's with that? It does not make sense. But anyways, despite that, the figure's pretty good, you know. I like the articulation is on point. Like all the joints are relatively tight. The shoulder pads do love to pop off, but I mean, it could be worse. I do wish they were pinned in, but whatever. When it comes to the detail, bro, look at that neck. This focuses. There's so many hydraulics there. It looks good. And one thing you don't get to visibly see in the robot mode, due to how it's being covered up, is how in the chest, in the chest itself, there is some, if I can get a good view, there's actually some more hydraulic detail that you can't really see in robot mode at all, and not even in Rhino mode. That's shocking. And just like most of the Rise of the Beasts Maximal figures, the head always gets shoved in the back. And, well, besides Air Razor, of course. But I mean, Air Razor never had a robot mode, so she doesn't count. When it comes to accessories, he has this hammer, and this hammer is wimpy, and just like Nightbird's sword, there is some color missing. I like that green. Where's that glowy green that was with the hammer in the movie? Yeah, but I mean, you know, meat cleaver, you know. It's a meat cleaver. But this hammer looks even more wimpy in Rhinox's hands. Why not just give him his Gatling guns? The main line did better. That thing looks nothing like the final version. My god. When it comes to articulation, the head is on a pretty tight ball joint. You can't really move it due to the hunchback he has, but you can move it. Some decent wiggle. You can look up that far, down that far. When it comes to the arms, you can move it out that far. There's a bicep rotation, full 360 spin, less than 90-degree bend on the elbow, wrist swivel, waist joint. You can move the tail, and like all Maximals, besides Air Razor, no back couple. The legs can move out this far. Pretty good kick. They can move back that far. There's some gappiness here in the shins. Due to the transformation, there's a pretty good knee bend, slightly above 90. Pretty good rocker. Bit of toe down, and there is a waist thigh swivel. You can move these little thigh thingies, whatever they are, and you can move the little skirt here out in front. When it comes to size comparisons, Here's Rhinox by this trash. Here's Rhinox by fellow Maximum Air Razor, and you can see he towers over her. And here he is by mainline Cheetor, and you can see Cheetor is tiny compared to Rhinox. Now let's get into Rhino mode, and here we got Rhinox in his Rhino mode. And I mean, it's more of a Rhino mode than the Kingdom. But I guess, you know, live action Rhinox, it's just a whole bunch of gray metal panels. Gray, silver, gunmetal gray. Not much color to it. When it comes to articulation, head can look up. Got a tiny mouth. And that is, for once, one thing the mainline figure like also has against the studio series is the mouth. Like even the Kingdom figure has a better rhino head than this. This is just sad. The legs, you can move it back a little, kind of stopped because the chest. The front feet are on ball joints, so, you know, free range there. There's just, you know, a huge gap right there. And you can kind of see the head beneath the neck. Tail still has the waggle. The legs, it's basically the exact same articulation from robot mode. No differences at all. And I mean, yeah, Rhino. And when it comes to weapon storage, take the hammer, fold it, plaster it onto the back, and this is going to be shocking, but one thing the Kingdom had, at least decent, was weapon storage. As painful as it was trying to get those Gatling guns stuffed into those legs, the Kingdom at least had decent weapon storage. This is bad. But when it comes to size comparisons, here he is, next to Kingdom Rhinox. I'm sorry, but I am not transforming this thing. I'm not going to waste my time and make my fingers hurt. I'm sorry. Here he is next to Air Razor. And here he is next to Cheetor. Now this like actually kind of scales because Rhinox and Cheetor were always roughly the same length in the movie, but Rhinox was bigger. So this kind of scales, but there's still some flaws to it. And I mean, there's the Rhino mode. I don't know what else to say. Like it's a Rhino. Rhinox is just like all other Rhinoxes. He basically goes down on all fours and puts on a Rhino head. Well, see ya, and well, I'll see you in the next review. Bye bye.